Hi friends, I am out today and I have some stuff for you to do. This is Lucy. Let's take a look at what I want you to do. Is it on my lap?
Yeah.
Okay, so you're gonna do all of this stuff, okay, which is where you found this Ed puzzle. And let's go to the slides here. Okay. All right, we're gonna start talking about estuaries today. Any of y'all know what that is? Uh, how do I do my slideshow? Okay. Okay. Here we go. Wow, this is taking a long time. Okay, estuaries are transitional areas that connect land and ocean. Okay, so we have a lot of them in Texas, and they're areas where fresh water flows into a much larger body of salt water. So it's brackish water, right? That's what we call fresh and salt water when they mix together. When fresh water is mixed with salt water, it results in brackish water. Fresh water has zero salinity. Okay, Lucy, will you move over? Um, that's what makes it fresh water, right? And tides influence the characteristics of estuaries. pH is influenced by tides. Also, the dissolved oxygen, of course, the salinity because it brings in the salt water, and the temperature because the seawater is usually a different temperature than the water from land. Okay, so today's activity, you're going to be monitoring 4 parameters in an estuary. Okay, you're going to talk about the dissolved oxygen, the water temperature, the pH, and the salinity. Okay, so let's talk about dissolved oxygen. It's just the amount of dissolved oxygen in water. So it's molecular oxygen. It's not necessarily bubbles or anything. It's not a gas, but it is. It's dissolved into the water. Okay, so dissolved oxygen is necessary for aquatic plants and animals to stay alive. Of course, they use the dissolved oxygen to make energy, just like they do on land. They use it for their cellular respiration. That's my girl. Okay, temperature. So we talked earlier in the year a little bit about how when things are at a low temperature, they are moving slowly. Okay, so like if you had water that was cool or lukewarm, it would be moving. The molecules would be moving at a very slow rate, and when you heat them up, the heat makes them move a lot faster. And that's what boiling water is. It's molecules that are moving really fast. So temperature is a measure of energy. Increasing temperature will increase energy. Decreasing temperature will decrease energy. And temperature is a critical factor in survival of all aquatic organisms. They can't live if it gets too cold or too hot. But cold water has a higher level of dissolved oxygen. Okay? Then we'll talk about pH, a measure of whether something is acidic or basic. We talked about this earlier. Anything less than 7 is acidic. Anything greater than 7 is basic. Okay, and why does that matter in an aquatic environment? They have a pH range that they have to live in, otherwise, like they can't survive. The pH is toxic if it's not right. Just like we couldn't survive if we had to breathe in like an acidic gas or a basic gas, or if we were submerged in an acid or a base. Okay. And salinity, remember we talked about salinity, just how much salt is in the water. How does that affect aquatic life? If an organism is able to live in an estuary, it has to be able to withstand these changes in salinity. I grew up in Houston. I know I told you guys that like a zillion times, but we have a lot of these estuary areas. And alligators are part of those areas, and they can, of course, they're reptiles, so they have like a thick skin and they don't absorb that water, right? Measuring conductivity can also indicate pollution levels, and the conductivity will go up as the salinity goes up. So it can indicate pollution levels as well as salinity. Okay, so you have this paper. I asked Mrs. Waugh to make copies of this for you, and she is one of the kindest people I know, and so I'm sure she did that. If not, if she wasn't able to, which happens, then I have put this on just like a Google Doc for you, okay? You're just going to complete 1 and 2 today. That's all you need to worry about. And you're going to have to add 2 rows to number 2. All right? So please make sure that you do that. We will be continuing this next time, and we'll also be having a check over it. And this Ed puzzle here is going to be for a grade. Y'all, do you see this?
I have a stupid drawing.
Girlie, you're driving me nuts. Oh, I'm sorry. We will do the number 3 next time. So you're just going to do parts 1 and 2. Okay? And I believe the graphing is for the next time. Also, I hope that you guys all finished. No, ma'am. No, ma'am. I hope that you guys all finished your projects today. And found the paper. Please hang them up outside, and then for the papers, you can just put them in that red basket. Okay? I hope y'all have a wonderful day. I miss you guys. I was absent on Wednesday as well, and I don't like being out. So hope y'all have a wonderful day, and I will see you guys soon.
Just to impress with my daddies.
Missy.
Did you finish it?
I'm still working on it.
Did you end it?